Hello once again, everyone. If this were a face-to-face course, I would respond to your concerns that are expressed in your emails and comments, but as it is, I need to make a video about it. So this video is about how to read whenever you are frustrated because you don't understand the text, or if you are confused by the text. I don't expect you to understand everything that you read, because if you could do that, then I wouldn't have a job. The professor needs to fill in the gaps and help you understand what's going on. So no one expects that. Some of you understand the text beautifully, much smarter than me. Because I tend to speak in Sanskrit. Nobody can understand what I'm saying, and so anyway, some of you have read the text, you understand it, and you're applying it at a very high level. Most of us have to read the text a couple of times, and I know that's bad news for those of you who are having a limited time to study, but I just want to show you what I do, because I have limited time too. This is a chapter out of a book by Plutarch. Now, Plutarch was a writer who was in Delphi in the 1st century, and he talked about the customs and history of the Greeks and Romans. And so we read Plutarch to understand the 1st century and interpret the New Testament. So the first thing that I do whenever I'm reading a text is I will copy the title, subtitle. I have it right here because I've already tried to make this video a couple times, of The Soul's Immortality by Plutarch. I paste it, and I have a question. I've already read the text, and I know that I do not understand this sentence. Epicurus and Democritus, the soul is mortal, and it perishes with the body. Now, the thing that I don't understand about this is who Democritus is, and why does Plutarch cite him alongside Epicurus? You know, Epicurus is a famous philosopher, and he is listed with someone who is not so famous. And then you have Plato and Pythagoras in the next sentence. So I wonder, why don't I know about Democritus? So I copy the sentence. I number them, but sometimes, as you know, the Pages and Microsoft Word get funny with lists, but I do it anyway. And I will write a note. Who is Democritus? And because this is a person that I'm wondering about and not a concept, it's going to be easy to find out who a person is. So I search for him in Wikipedia. I just copy and paste into Wikipedia. I use Wikipedia shamelessly. Every time I sit down at my computer to study, I have Wikipedia open in a browser so that I can quickly find out who people are and what events were and when the events happened. Now, Wikipedia has been notorious for being an untrustworthy source, but that was a long time ago. Now, most Wikipedia articles that are academic like this are very good. They're done by graduate students and even experts in the field. I intend to write a few Wikipedia articles as soon as life slows down, because there's a knowledge gap about the history of women in philosophy. But this tells me, I can tell in this first paragraph who this guy is. You know, he was born long before long before Socrates, so he's a pre-Socratic philosopher. And He was a pupil of Leucippus, who formulated an atomic theory for the universe. Now, that's his connection with Epicurus, because I know that Epicurus believed that he studied atoms and came up with theories about the smallest things affecting the bigger things. So that's something that influenced the New Testament. Paul taught that God chose to use the smallest and weakest thing to shame the wise in 1 Corinthians. So it's something that is parallel to Paul's teaching. So I know who Democritus was. And then you can choose to put that in your notes, or you can just remember it. And then on to the next. Whenever I get confused about something else, now sometimes I'm confused by stuff that I know will take me longer to discover. Like right here, what exactly does it mean that the soul is mortal and it perishes with the body? It sounds like an easy concept, your soul dies. But I'm going to go ahead and make a note so I'm not going to worry about this as I'm reading, but I want to come back to it and see if I can understand it better after I've read the entire text, or I can look it up. So that one's a little harder to look up, but it can be done. And I think that's it. I just want you to know, don't be frustrated if you don't understand everything. You're not expected to. And ask me questions. I'm here for you by email, and I'm also here for you on the forums. I don't understand everything that I read. I have to ask questions, look up stuff, and I ask my peers questions all the time. So there's no reason to go about this course not understanding something. So hope you had a good Labor Day, and we'll see you soon.